Hi, this is Shaman Weaver Sheila Baker for East West Books, and we're in December already. And I've taken you all the way through the minor arcana, all the way up. And this month, we're going to talk about the kings and the queens. And this is a particularly good time of the year, December, to talk about that, because here we are mastering our lives, bringing things into fruition. And in order to do that, we've got to bring our masculine, our king side, and the feminine, the queen side together to give us the oomph and the compassion to be in the world, walking, to fulfill your goals, to reach your destinations. It's a journey, and it requires a strong leader internally as well as externally. So we're going to look at the kings and queens with that in mind this month. So here's the Queen of Pentacles. And I'm starting with the practical world. And the reason that I'm starting with the practical world is this is December. We're starting to think about spirituality. We're starting to think about gift giving. We're starting to think about ways of acknowledging relationships that we've had for many, many years, or maybe fresh new ones. It's the queen that we can draw on each of the suits to do that. The Queen of Pentacles is particularly lovely because she keeps track of the expenditures, and it isn't that she's being cheap or frugal or stingy. She just wants some reciprocity, some grounding in that. So as you begin to think about buying presents and doing all of that, remember the Queen of Pentacles. She's fixated on her pentacle, on her money, on the value that she's getting for what it is that she's giving. And her partner here, the King of Pentacles, does so from a place, I'm going to put this up close so you can see his scepter there. It looks like Venus. He does it from love. All of the kings really come from love, and all of the queens are their compadres and bringing this forth. So the beautiful thing about the King of Pentacles is that he has all the money, time, resources that he needs to be able to take care of his people. So this couple, starting with Pentacles, money, property, tangible things, the element of earth, will bring you forth this month in a thoughtful way. Of how am I going to spend my resources? Who am I going to share them with? Is there reciprocity in this? And which brings us to the next suit, which is all about being connected. So wands are passion and fire and drive, connection to the divine, and the expression of fire. So I'm going to put her up close. You can see she's got a little familiar down here in the bottom, and that is her her companion, her spirit animal almost, if you're thinking in shamanic terms. But what we also see here is we see some lions. So this is the Leo energy of let's get things done, which is almost exactly opposite from where we are when we're in December, which is the Sagittarius, Capricorn kind of energy. So she's about bringing spirituality into the month, and she does it by connection with the animal spirit world, whether it's through a familiar or a power animal. And her companion here, the King of Wands, I'm going to put him up close. You can see that he's like fixated on his wand. He's really gazing deeply at it. He also has lizards behind him on his throne. So let me get the shine out of the way there. There you go. Lizards wake up your dreams. So the connection with fire. Fire is all about impassioning yourself, bringing your dreams into fruition. So oftentimes at this time of the year in December, we start to think about what are our hopes, dreams, and aspirations. You know, what did we accomplish in this last year? What do we want to accomplish before the year is out? Some people just give up. It's December and they're like, oh no, nothing more is going to happen this year. But you still have 4 weeks. What can you achieve? What can you get fired up about and take care of before the end of the year? And the way that you're going to do this is not from a beating yourself up, not from a place of going, oh, I wasn't diligent enough, oh, I gave up, none of that. So what we're going to do it from is love. Of course, because how do you motivate anyone to do anything? You motivate them from love. That, finger waggling thing, you shoulda. Well, what I say to that is don't should on yourself. So do it with love. So here we have the Queen. And you can see that she's close to the water's edge, but not in the water. She is moderate, and emotions are mutable. You might notice that I can say something and you'll laugh, but I could say something else and you'll cry. They are mutable. They're always in transition emotions. They morph from this to that. You remember infatuation, you see somebody, you start hanging out with them, you're all infatuated. It doesn't always grow to love. So there's a mutability about this. So she's fixated on it. She's bringing more love into the world. And she's going to do this by continually filling up her chalice, which also means that you have to fill yourself up. So here's the King. Now, he's a little more risky than she is. He's out there floating around on a big old cement block. In the background is a ship, and we've seen this before. Their ships are being sent out, but there's also a dolphin, something from the unconscious bubbling up. And you might notice that this time of the year brings up lots of things from the unconscious to consciousness to be healed. So use love to do this. Use your own magnificence and your own masculine and your own feminine to bring forth great love this year. And how you're going to do that is you're going to get an idea and you're going to put it into action. And that's exactly what the Queen of Swords says. She's got an idea and she puts it into action. She just doesn't wait around hoping that, oh, I thought it up, maybe somebody else will do this. So think about things as you are planning for the holidays. The holy days is really what they are. So as you begin to think about this, be thoughtful, take action. One of the things that I've come to love to do is be more like the King of Swords, the King of Swords, who gets an idea and takes action. He's the only one of the kings that's looking directly out into the world. The rest of them are fixated on their cups and their pentacles. And so, but he's not. He's willing to take a risk and to take some action. So if you think that you want to do something differently with your resources, the pentacles, with your passion and fire, the wands, and with your love, get an idea. And perhaps what you might like to do is one of the things that I love to do is share experiences with people rather than sharing material gifts with them. So if I can help you in any way, do that, or anything else. Soul retrieval, the Akashic Records, a tarot reading, a full-on one, I'd be delighted. So Sheila Baker for East West Books, shamanweaver.com. Blessings.